Here we go, everybody! Welcome to morning! Woo! We're doing a really bad wave.
Yeah, right. We've referenced the Groove Tube before.
Groove, yes, we have.
Wasn't that the one when Chevy Chase was in?
Yes.
Yeah. And I think he said, "I'm not wearing any pants. Film at 11." Isn't that one part of that 10-second clip? But that's the case.
It sounds like it.
If you tilt it down a little bit.
There's HD.
There's Bobby. And we're not wearing any pants on here either.
Hey, actually, no.
You know, it's funny. Does that fit? Look, it's like your little wood right there.
My little what?
It's almost where your wood would be.
Oh, good. And it's going right. It's going definitely. It's exactly where it's supposed to go.
Got Peyronie's disease. We're not supposed to drink at the same time.
Oh, sorry about that.
Hey, well, we did a podcast yesterday.
Yes, we did.
Soon to be posted about a movie we watched yesterday.
Yes, Roadrunner.
So
the Anthony Bourdain story. Oh, anyway, should we promote it? You're right. It was. Well, why don't you talk? Because I was so happy to hear how much you enjoyed it.
Well, I'm going to ask you a question because I don't know how to explain something I'd never seen done in a movie before. And of course, I haven't seen a whole lot of documentaries. Is that a biop? What do you call that?
A documentary.
Of movie.
I mean,
this documentary doesn't even seem to do it justice. It's just documentary. Oh, it's just that grainy film from 40 years ago.
You haven't seen many documentaries. Yeah,
no,
they've gotten
started by saying
sophisticated.
I don't. I'm not familiar with the genre, but whatever they did yesterday, I don't know. It was really, really unique to me, in that they brought you through. It was as if he was acting in his own post-mortem memoriam, as if he knew this was going to happen. And yet, that's why the directing and producing of the show, the flick was so brilliant, because they fooled us into thinking that he did. Anthony Bourdain.
Yes.
I don't even know if you said that yet. Roadrunner movie, brilliant. You should watch it, or wait till it comes out on Netflix or something. But it's really
or go in the theaters, because it really is. Because you have these spectacular landscapes.
That's true.
And
you made a good point for that. And I think for the first time I sat in one of the first two rows of a movie too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've never.
Wow, all these firsts.
Well, because you do.
This is my regular jam.
I usually think it's the at the height, the depth of laziness in a movie. Because you're sitting and I don't need to do anything. But in this case, I actually had to move my head to follow the screen because you're right there. It wasn't too big because it wasn't one of those movies where you needed to be back to see it all.
Right. Sometimes, especially like the IMAX or the things where things are going really fast.
Way up there, 40 feet ahead. But great flick. Brought me more dear to Anthony Bourdain, because I really was kind of like, I'm not a big fan of him. Not a fan of him anymore. Although they painted him to be more of a dick verbally than he reflected to me in the flick.
Yeah.
I did not get his dickishness. I just got a guy who was passionate and perfectionist and knew. And I in the restaurant business, that happens a lot. And you kind of admire someone like that, as long as they're not Gordon Ramsay.
Right. Yeah, I would never classify him as a dick, but I guess, in like clips, if you didn't really know him, I guess, I don't know. He has
they
kind
were reflecting that kind of. They were saying, "Oh, he's so difficult."
He's very difficult. Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess I see Dick in a different way, but yeah, because he's just so fucking talented, and he just embraced. He was just born for that show, and yet it consumed him, and I think that probably could have made him a dick.
Well, I think what made
he got lost.
Yeah, what made me near and dearer to him is that he said often he didn't embrace and in fact tried to shun his
celebrity.
Yeah. Just he kind of fell backwards into it, and he wasn't a guy that trumpeted it. Obviously you could see the way he dressed and was made up, but he did seem to always maintain his humility and realness, and yet he also never was one of those people that flew off the handle or in your face paparazzi. He seemed to really follow a tack that was genuine and sincere, and he even said many times, you know, I want to go the opposite direction of celebrity, and just, you know, holding himself up in his room, and he, you know, and that part of it I connected with, because I don't think he ever really wanted to become a star, and of course he saw what it did to him.
Yeah, and I mean, that one section where his friend was talking about, he couldn't, I mean, every time he would go out, people would want to, and they showed that, you know, shake his hand, talk with him.
That was a great scene.
And, you know, I mean, I can't imagine what that must be like, to feel like you don't have your life to yourself anymore.
Unfortunately or fortunately, I have imagined what it is like, and I wouldn't want it. Part of you goes, oh, that's kind of cool, like, for a minute.
Yeah.
And yet you've said before that you'd want to be famous. Put it in as pat a phrase as possible.
Sounds like too much work now. Well, I felt like there was things I had to offer, and I wanted to be able to offer them, and, you know, and be creative and have the opportunity to do things that I haven't been able to do in my life. But I wouldn't want all those. I wouldn't want to have that constant attention. No, I mean, I guess there probably was a time in my life I probably would have embraced that more.
Well, from just one or two steps, you could be him. I mean, all he did really was write a book.
I know. Well, I wrote a book that didn't work for me.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is that if it had...
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
well, certainly as an offer, yeah, you want...
I'm not trying to compare you to Anthony Bourdain in terms of
I wouldn't mind. I mean...
But...
Oh, I wish.
But you know how these things snowball?
Yeah, I know.
I'm not diminishing the book, and I haven't read it, but if your book suddenly fell into the hands of the right people and just...
Well, that was
wildfire.
That's what I thought. If you write it, they will come. To quote one of your favorite movies.
Right. So you could, a lot closer to it than I am. I'm not going to get famous.
You're on TV right now, buddy.
But being thrust into fame for doing something, I'm not going to do it. Being in the restaurant
and not being a serial killer, or, you know.
And not notoriety. Yeah. So
I don't want Keith Morrison saying my name on voice.
I projected myself as being you and going, you know, if Bobby's book made it, you could be that guy. And that one clip where they just kept showing him on all the hottest shows at the time.
Yeah.
Letterman, Oprah, and all
Match Game, Hollywood Squares. By dating myself.
You've really made it. The B actors.
That's what I wanted to be on, was those shows back in the day. Those looked like they had so much fun. What?
You inspired?
Well, I just thought it was so much.
Up writer.
Yeah. Well, just to be able to do quips and just be comedic, and, you know, that just seemed like a lot of, with a bunch of other people, just seemed like fun.
I could see.
Really improv.
I can't say your last name. Bobby for the block. And you're just waiting, and you're just sitting there with that smirk on your face, waiting. For
waiting. I got the
rejoinder.
line right there. Exactly. Exactly.
Do you think that how improvisational? We've really switched tack here. Sorry, Anthony. How improvisational were those shows?
Squares? They must have had help. I always got the sense that they had someone feeding, because they had the questions, and so they always had such a quick response, especially.
Are you talking about like a little Cyrano in their ear?
No. I mean, I think that they may, you know, they knew the questions were up in advance. I'm assuming they had some forethought as to what kind of answer they want to give for,
especially Paul Lynde. I'm sorry, but his answers.
I know,
they were great,
but but he was also very sharp and very fast. So yeah, he was an original. Northwestern University graduate. He graduated from the same school as Anne Margaret, and they were about the same age, and yet he played her father in Bye Bye Bird.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
I mean, I think he was maybe like 8 years older than her.
Oh, I thought you meant at the same time they graduated in the same
No, they didn't. No, I mean, they were fairly close, you know.
But 8 years apart, and he played, well, I don't think she was 17 or 18. I think she was mid-20s playing an 18-year-old, right? Wait a minute.
I'm picturing that her changing into that sweater.
So he must have been 30 playing a 40-year-old, and she was 30 playing a 20 or a 17.
or something like that. I mean, there was an age difference, but I don't know how much. But anyways, he wasn't father age. Yeah.
Oh, those supple, natural
Oh
breasts.
my
in her
God!
sweater.
Oh
we
my
really
God!
went.
Yeah, we went over the
Okay,
map
we
on
gotta
that
go,
one.
we
Well,
gotta go. So,
all right,
go see
Anthony.
the
Hopefully you
movie
appreciate it.
called Roadrunner.
Yeah.
Well done.
We
well
missed
done.
you, buddy.
I
Bye.
can't say I missed you, but I really love you.
I missed you, buddy.
Great flick.
Yeah. He enjoyed you.
Good
Bye.
job in arrears.